Hi, I'm Emily Jacob and I'm the founder of Reconnected Life. Reconnected Life supports women who've experienced sexual violence and helps them to thrive post-trauma, after trauma. I work with a number of charities and universities, and I am now also supporting leaders in corporate to become more trauma informed. But enough about me. This is a video for International Women's Day, and I want to talk about what is healing and how does the journey towards healing look like. Now, people sometimes think that recovery is a destination, and it isn't. Sometimes people think that they will be forever broken, and that is absolutely not true. Sometimes people think that there's a version of recovery that they ought to be aspiring to and can compare themselves to other people and where they appear to be on their journey to recovery. And that's unhelpful. So what does healing mean to me? What do I help my clients to achieve? And why am I talking about this on International Women's Day? So first of all, let's do that last bit. Why am I talking about this for International Women's Day? Because too many of us experience sexual violence in our lifetime. 1 in 3 of us will have experienced sexual violence by an intimate partner. And 1 in 30 women are raped every year in the UK. So if you know 30 women friends, one of them has probably been raped in the last year. So it's time, we need to talk about this. Can't normalize it, but it is normal as an experience of being a woman, and it shouldn't fucking be, but it is. So thinking about what healing is and how we get there and how we do that for ourselves is really, really important, because if we are feeling broken, we are not fighting the patriarchy. If we're feeling broken, we are not fulfilling our full potential and being the best that we can be in our careers and for our families, for our children, if we have them, in life. If women were not being brutalized in this way, just think how much more we could contribute to this world and how the world would therefore look very, very different. And if I sound angry, it's because I am fucking angry that this is happening to so many of us. Now, I help women to move to what I call post-traumatic growth, to move from feeling victimized, from moving through survivorhood, which is really fucking hard work. Like taking a day at a time is clinging on to our sanity. It's hard work. And how we then move into thriving. And that's what I look at being post-traumatic growth. Now, what does that journey look like? First of all, it's different for everybody. But also it has some common characteristics, and I think we all, wherever we are in our journeys and what other help we get through rape crisis and survivor trust centres or other charities that support us through counselling, either through the NHS or privately, through other coaches, through the videos and influencers and people that we connect with online. However we get the help that we need to get through supportive friends or supportive family, wherever we get that help, there are some things that we can do for ourselves. And if we don't have the rest of the help, we can still do some things for ourselves. And that is empowering. And that really is the beginning of healing is when we feel empowered within ourselves to feel that we can self-regulate and we can be our own self-rescuer. And so to start that journey, I think that it can be really helpful to understand a little bit about how the brain works in trauma, how the body responds to trauma, and that can normalize what we're feeling as being a natural response to an unnatural event. And when we understand that actually our body isn't trying to kill us, it is trying to support and save us, we can start to feel more empowered, and less that we are being done to and more that we are already on that healing journey. When we start to learn tools that help us to self-regulate, we can become our own self-rescuer from the terror of panic attacks or nightmares. And when we can self-regulate, when we can say to ourselves, I'm feeling really overwhelmed, I can feel the beginning of a panic attack, and when we can calm ourselves and know how to do that, that's empowering too. And these are just steps on our healing journey. So what does healing look like? For me, and as I said, it looks different for everyone, but there's some common characteristics. So for me, imagine 3 circles and imagine them connected like a Venn diagram. Now, the first circle is feeling like we are in control of our thoughts, feeling like what's going on up here isn't attacking us, and that when it does, we have the tools to self-regulate. So having control of our sanity is that first step, and I call that recovery. And the second part, the second circle, is rediscovery. It's actually understanding ourselves again. It's rediscovering who we are when we're not feeling broken and Humpty Dumpty in pieces on the floor. It's rediscovering ourselves, and we aren't able to go back to what we were, but we are able to be reconnected again and to rediscover who we want to be in this world. And then the third block circle is reconnection. It's reconnecting to self. Once we've done the rediscovery work, it's reconnecting to body, it's reconnecting into our relationships and into wider society and the community. And it's all of these circles, they kind of overlap each other. And in the middle is what I call the reconnected life. Now, what sanity means to you will be different to what sanity means to me. What rediscovery means to you will be different to what it means to me. And what reconnection means to you will be different to what it means to me. We all have our unique experiences and unique ways of thinking about what would make us feel whole again. And it's when we feel whole and we feel in balance between our sanity, our mind, our body, and feeling connected into us, our social groups and our intimate relationships, that actually then we can feel like we're thriving in this world. And we can start to make our difference. Now, your difference is not going to be the same as my difference. For me, my difference is helping you. It's the way I've made sense of what happened to me is that I take the way I have learned how to thrive, to feel like I'm thriving, and help you as a coach to also get to a place where you feel like you're living. But I was talking to a client this morning, and it was actually our last session. We've been working together for about 18 months actually, and I've had more spaced out sessions as time has gone on, and this was very much a closing session. And we were talking about kind of having done the sprint part, and now being in the marathon, and that felt like hard work. And so I was explaining that yes, we do have to continue. We have continual healing. I'm healed and I am healing. It's a journey. There are days which are hard, but I have the tool set to raise myself up. There are days which I forget, even though this is my job, I forget it was me as well. And there will be days for you when you forget. Healing, what is healing and how does it feel when you get there? It feels like you're living. You feel joyful. You feel like you can access all your emotions. You feel like you can observe what happened without feeling drawn in to what happened. The open wound has become a scar that is fading. What had felt like the story of your life, that was dominating all of your thoughts and thinking every day, and that you felt labeled by, has become a paragraph in a chapter of the book of your life and is not the book of your life. That is what healing is to me. Is it hard work? Yes, it's really fucking hard work. We have to put in the work. We have to do the exercises that calm ourselves and calm our parasympathetic nervous systems. We have to be aware that our amygdala is going to be on high alert at smaller things, and so we have to continually work to make sure that we are calming our parasympathetic nervous system. But we also we discover hidden depths of ourselves that we didn't know existed, and we can become once again really strong, reconnected women who are here to crush the patriarchy and stand up to misogyny. And that might mean anything. That might mean that you're raising your children to be great versions of themselves, to also be standing up to misogyny. It might be that you feel like you can be the person in your career without having to feel like you're holding on by a string. Healing is different for us all, but when you get there, you'll know that you're still healing. I hope that makes sense. So if I haven't been blabbering for too long, I want you just to take away the fact that you can be your own self-rescuer. Healing is possible. And when women are able to rise beyond feeling forever broken, we will change this world, and we will create a better place for us to live the rest of our lives, and for our children and our children's children if we have them. Thank you for listening to me babble for International Women's Day. I'm Emily Jacob, and I'm the founder of Reconnected Life.